Betty understands that we're a nation of people, not corporations, and that grassroots activism and citizen participation remain the keys to good governance. Fresno needs Betty Yee.
Yay!
California needs Betty Yee.
Yay!
As Fresno Democrats, we are proud to stand united with Betty Yee. Thank you. I'd like to introduce some additional speakers to show our unity and build the case for her candidacy. And we'd start with Ruben Zarate from the Labor's International Union. Ruben?
Good morning. My name is Ruben Zarate. I'm with the Labor's International Union, and I'm excited to come today before you with this opportunity to speak on behalf of Betty Yee, a candidate for state controller. When you look at Betty's resume, it appears that the state controller's position was tailor-made for her. Betty currently serves on the Board of Equalization and has served on the Franchise Tax Board. The state controller sits on both of these key bodies. She cut her teeth as a bookkeeper for her parents' family business. As Chief Deputy Director for Budget at California's Department of Finance, she helped develop the governor's budget, negotiated with the legislature, and analyzed fiscal policy and legislation. Furthermore, she has been recognized for her financial and policy acumen with the Distinguished Service Award from the California Association of Counties and an award of recognition from California's Assessors Association. Betty has frequently visited Fresno and the Central Valley and has an excellent grasp of the issues that we face, including those that are unique to our area. She is a problem solver who is committed to fairness, transparency, and accountability, most of all. The state controller's position is much too important to turn over to a novice. Let's put Californians first and fiscal responsibility on the front burner by electing Betty Yee as our next state controller. Fresno Democrats stand united with Betty Yee. Thank you very much.
Next we'll hear from Magdalena Gomez with the Fresno County Democrats.
Good morning, Fresno and fellow Democrats. My name is Magdalena Gomez. I'm the Vice Chair of the Fresno County Democrats. Few people realize how important the State Controller in the state of California is. The State Controller's Office is an independent voice for taxpayers. Let me repeat this. The office is an independent voice for taxpayers. In other words, the State Controller is working for us and those of us who live and work in the County of Fresno and throughout the state. With that level of responsibility, effective leadership is critical. Only Betty Yee brings the expertise, experience, and leadership skills to the table to do this job effectively. What does the State Controller do? Our State Controller is the arbiter of fair tax administration. They hold county assessors accountable. They determine the timelines of payments, including Medi-Cal payments and pensions. They determine the legality and accuracy of claims against the state of California. They audit many local government spending programs. They serve on and set policy for more than 80 board and commissions. Betty Yee will step into this job with minimal effort with a lot of effort and a minimal learning curve. She will be an effective, accessible, and accountable leader from day one. Betty has traversed the state, spent much time in the Central Valley. She was just here last week, and long before she became a candidate for this office, she has been with us. She has gone out of her way to learn about our concerns and how those differ from the Bay Area and Los Angeles. Betty Yee is a leader we need as our California State Controller. Thank you very much. Fresno Democrats stand united with her.
Next to talk a little about Betty's vision is Laura Marsh from the Democratic Women's Club.
Yay, Laura!
I'm sorry, but you didn't tell me.
Yeah, come on up.
Oh, she can get up? Oh, Michael, I can't see you.
Oh.
She wants to do it from there?
No, I can't.
Okay. So we'll go to Judy Hess with the final statement.
Thank you, Michael. Betty Yee combines the vital qualities required to be an exemplary state controller with 30 years of experience in financial matters, and for our state, she has long demonstrated her steadfast stewardship of California's fiscal well-being. But Betty Yee is a multi-dimensional candidate who shows us that it's insufficient to crunch the numbers and balance the books. Betty will not do so on the backs of our people. She understands that in order to have a fiscally strong California, we must greatly increase employment, particularly here in the Valley, and fight to reverse our high poverty rate. Betty understands that poverty and income inequality are not building blocks for a strong tax base. Once employed, Californians need the benefits of comprehensive tax reform, which will level the playing field, build a solid tax base, while helping strengthen the fiscal well-being of California families. In big and small ways, we are feeling the brunt of global climate change right here. This May and this August were the hottest in history for the entire world, but we felt it here in the Valley too. Our drought, our soaring temperatures and wildfires are threatening life and agriculture in the Valley. Betty Yee knows that public and private efforts must be marshaled to arrest this growing danger. Had Betty Yee been mayor of Fresno, I can say with certainty her solution to our water problem would not have been to double water rates and then sue us to silence our voices at the ballot box on the issue. Nor would she have tried to privatize our trash collection, which would have increased our rates and placed private profit over public service. This is because Betty Yee gets it for everyday Californians, in stark contrast to our mayor, who has always understood which side her bread is buttered on. Betty Yee has the backs of all Californians, not just the well-heeled, and we can take that to the bank. I stand with our Fresno Democrats in supporting Betty Yee for controller.
So, as we've learned here today, there is a clear choice in this race, and the better choice is obvious. Fresno County Democrats stand united with Betty Yee. We're going to the polls on Election Day, and we're going to see that she's elected. And to paraphrase Assemblymember Henry T. Perea, we're looking forward to Ashley Swearingen serving out her term here in Fresno. Thank you.